Come forth, dead things, and speak to us your will. Suddenly there was a scream. It was Poppy, and then Hattie, and then Sam was screaming too. Billie and me were grinning at each other, but then I looked at Sam's face. He leapt up, staring just to the right of me, into the bushes at the far side of the den. "Thera!" he shouted as Billie stood up too. I turned. It was just over my shoulder. A large black dog, snarling, baring its drool-slicked white teeth and mottled pink and black gums. It barked twice, loud and savage. I froze. I don't react like everyone else to fear. When everyone else is panicking, I'm in a little bubble of stillness. Once, when she was giving a presentation at school, Hattie fainted. I think she was nervous. I hadn't been paying attention because I was reading a book on my lap under my desk, but everyone else gasped, and that was when I noticed she'd fallen down. I stood up immediately, walked past our teacher, put Hattie in the recovery position, and told Billie to fetch a glass of water. The black dog was almost near enough for me to reach out and touch. Everyone else was screaming and running towards the tunnel and crawling through it, but I was still as the ground I was sat on, watching the dog advance, thinking about how to defend myself against it. Scared, but ready. Terrified, but with all my faculties at my disposal. Sometimes I feel like I am built for the bad times, and that's a thought that does actually shake me up. Who wants to be built for the bad times? To know the right place for you is a place no one else wants to be. In the end, I only moved because everyone else had already disappeared, crawling as quickly as they could back through the tunnel and running until they got to a tree you could climb really easily. I was last, and even then, before I left the den, I turned back. I had this weird idea that the dog wasn't bad, that it was there to warn us about something. But when I turned, I heard more barking. Behind the first black dog, another sprang from the bushes, and then another. So I ducked into the tunnel and followed the others. The dogs were big, like Alsatians or Rottweilers, but they didn't look like any dog I'd seen before. Maybe they were what we had called forth with the Ouija board. I ran until I reached the tree and then I climbed up it, past the others, right to the tip of one of the branches. I didn't hold on to anything, and I don't remember wobbling. The others said afterwards I looked like a witch, or a wood sprite. "Did you see?" I said. "There were more of them. Look, now there are 4. I stood there and stretched my neck up to see into the empty den through the leaves. "I can't see 4, said Hattie. She was sat on a branch, a little higher up than the others. Maybe she could see into the den from where she was. "I can only see 1. I shook my head. "There are 4. I've never tried to contact the dead before, but I'm pretty sure savage black dogs are a sign that trouble is coming. Then I thought I saw blonde-brown hair through the trees in the den. It was a girl. I saw an eye. "Look!" I shouted. "What?" Billie, Sam and Poppy said together. "Stop shouting, Thera!" That was Hattie. She looked down to the others. "It's just the one dog. There's nothing else there." The girl with the blonde-brown hair looked at me, and then she was hidden by the trees again, and a voice, a cold whisper, murmured in my ear. "Death is near, Thera." Until then, the week had been a normal one. On Monday, me and Billie played that we were twins. It's a game we often play, because we look similar. We have long, blondie brown hair, blue eyes, and are the same height. Billie is prettier than me, and I am smarter than her, but we are both equally funny. On Wednesday, we both raised our nanopets up to 2 years old. Nanopets are the same as Tamagotchis. It's a little baby on a screen in this egg-shaped thing you keep in your pocket. You raise the baby until it dies of hunger or pooing too much, or until it gets to 3, when it's completed. Then you get a new baby, which is 0 years old. It occurred to me perhaps they're supposed to teach us to take care of something other than ourselves, so we talked about me and Sam asking for a kitten at Christmas, and then we made up imaginary pets and chased them all over the playground. That day we had talk assembly. It was about bullying. Hattie turned to me and said that she was bullying.